Welcome back to the channel. So quick update on GL1, who is a lithium hard rock currently explorer drilling out their resource, and they'll probably be the next producer if you exclude Core Lithium, who will probably be producing later this year and printing money from their place. So we got GL1. Okay, we'll start at PLS. They're the most furthest ahead. They're getting 500,000 tons of spodumene out of the ground for $500 or less, and selling it for $5,000 as high as $5,000 a ton. So they're printing money. So 500,000 tons is what they're going to ramp up to if they're not near there already, and then selling that for profits from 2,000 to 5,000. So printing money. That's why they're valued there. CXO will be the next to print money. 2 billion. And GL1, I assume next after CXO. So GL1, where are we? So that's a $7 billion company. PLS, Core Lithium's up in Darwin. So there's Marble Bar. So they've done 3,000 meters of drilling currently, which gave them a 10 million ton inferred resource, and they're now drilling 60,000 meters. And this company actually has a thing here, they're starting back up, and this is Mineral Resources, and they've actually bought into GL1. So the geologist had a look at this and said, yep, it looks good. And actually spoke to Ron Mitchell on the phone today, and he's just saying, as you go deeper, the lithium pegmatites get bigger and bigger and thicker, and just takes a few good drill bits to uncover quite a lot of it. So definitely say they're going to come out with an upgrade in resource and more indicated category, and they want to get in production as soon as possible. Could be 2024, could be 2025, and then they'll be printing money. So some rough figures on them. This rough figures I've made up. I'm very uneducated. So you can buy the company now for $250 million at the last traded share price. Obviously, if you try to buy the company, this would go up, but that was the last share price, thereabouts. So if they get 100,000 tons of spodumene out of the ground, $500 profit, tons, 50 million. So that's the low side, and then you got the high side. They get up 200,000 tons at $1,500 profit. It's $300 million a year, which is more than they're worth now. So you'd see that probably go to $1 billion to $2 billion. If they did somewhere around here, a $1 billion market cap would be justified. So as I said, current spot price is 5,000. So these profit things here, 1,500. If they're getting out of the ground right now, this would be 5,000. Or as high as 5,000. Depends if they've locked it in with the contract or not. So anyway, so hard rock, you have a hard rock resource. It's got 1% lithium, which is 10,000 parts per million. And then you got a brine resource, which is 500 parts per million. So hard rock seems to be the way. Tesla bought into Core Lithium. And there's DLE, which is trying to suck the lithium out of the brine and stick it to these beads and wash it off the beads. But it's not yet proven at scale, and if DLE doesn't get proven at scale, or it's harder than they think it's going to be take more for the hard rock miners. So you'll see probably better prices for longer. And just the rough figures, at $5,000 a ton, it's $50 a kilo, and that means 3,000 thereabouts for a Tesla. But apparently only 50% of lithium gets from the mine into the Tesla, so you can double that, which is pretty high price. So more justified price might be half that. Well, it's not ridiculously high, but it is pretty high. So you'd see more of a price at lower than this, if you get what I mean. Like, you're spending 60,000 on Tesla and 6,000 on the lithium. It's sort of justified, depending on the other things. So I might repeat myself here, but so they got a 10 million ton resource. That was with 30,000 tons of drilling. They're now doing adding another 60,000 tons of drilling. So they'll probably hit a bit more, take more of that inferred to indicated, and get some more tonnage And as I said, Ron Mitchell told me if they hit something big, then it can shoot it up a lot. If they find the mother lode, it can shoot it up because PLS is like 300,000 tons, um, million tons at 1% lithium. So GL1 with this drilling, I assume, can go a lot bigger as well. If I didn't already say it, this company here, big mine as well, they've bought into this company because the geologists looked at it and they like what they saw. So not much more can I say. So that's PLS, $7 billion company. That's how much they'll be getting out of the ground for $500 a ton and selling it for $5,000 a ton. Well, not all of it, but some of it gets sold for that much. Even at $1,000 profit a ton, that's $560 million a year once they get up to this amount. And if they sell it for 2,000 ton, it's even more. It's just ridiculous, and they're printing money, and it's sort of reasonable as well. So core lithium will be next, if I didn't already say. Demand is gonna keep going, especially if there's no DLE. It's gonna be more for the hard rock miners. So this is, lithium is going to be in demand for a fair while, and after CXO, I think global lithium will be the next to cash in. So this price of 250 million for the market cap, it could go to $1 billion, and they don't have to spend a lot in the mine. I think it's $100 million. Well, Core Lithium spent $100 million building theirs USD, so it could be a bit more for global lithium as a further away, but not a whole lot more. And they're close to port, so they get to the port and ship it off. And they also want to go more downstream, so they're not shipping so much waste to China. They're shipping a more intermediate product, and therefore capturing more money, etc., etc. Who knows? CXO was talking about doing I think CXO's in Darwin, talking about making the lithium carbonate there, so they're not shipping all the waste and capturing more of the downstream as well. And those announcements probably will come out in the future. So if you buy now, they don't have to announce it. You just know they're going to announce it. If it makes money, it makes sense. So that's it for the GL1 update. Still a holder. It was a hard month, but definitely not selling because this capital gains tax. I haven't held it for 1 year yet, and I still expect it to go as high as $1 billion, which is around 4x in my opinion. DLE doesn't work. 2 billion. These are just rough figures, and I'm an idiot, so don't trust what I say. Do your own research. And that's it for me on GL1.